to tell me all. Your eyes I always remember. I wrote you on and on. You never gave me an answer. Am I the only one? I didn't know it was over. Take care of you. Take care of you. Take care of you. You on and on. You never gave me an answer. Am I the only one? I didn't know it was over. Take care of you.
Hello everybody, let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. You can just let me know in the chat right below. I'm so excited to have this amazing live stream with you guys because this is a work that has been in the making for so long, definitely months, and I really have to thank all the people who have been helping and contributing to the cause so far, to building a tutorial island inside our gamification project. Special shout out definitely goes to Rachel, goes to John, goes to Alyssa, goes to Shania. You guys have added so much valuable inputs, and I'm so excited for everyone else who's going to be joining us today in our live stream that's also going to be giving us some very, very good inputs on how we can better improve the onboarding journey, where we're going to make it truly gamified. You can pick your own class, you can pick your own, avatar, based on which stage of life you're currently in, and then ensure that you're getting the right knowledge to help guide you along the journey of being intentional and making work fun so we can get stuff done. So let's get straight into it. Again, super excited. I expect a lot of interaction in the chat today, and I'm very eager to have a very good discussion with you guys. So let's go right into it. So let's just jump into the main page. Let's go into the main page here. So let's first start about let's talk about what we're trying to accomplish with this brand new, tutorial island. And as usual, what I like to do is start with the why, what, and hows. I think that's the easiest way. So let's jump into that. So the why for us today is going to be we want to make a more gamified and seamless onboarding transition for users who want to deeply immerse themselves into a gaming adventure of their own lives. I really think that it's important for us to, remember that life is simple. Life can be fun. Life is something that we should choose to enjoy. And the best way that I found that worked for me to get to that stage of, true appreciation of the present moments is really just seeing it as a game, right? If I'm able to play life like a game, knowing that all the things that I do, yes, of course, has consequences, but also they're manageable consequences. Nothing in a game is entirely out of your control. You have full control over your character. You have full control over what you can do, and in the same way in life, you have full control over what you can do, and really have that level of engagement with yourself. And I think that's really valuable. So what we're going to do is have a guided tutorial that gives you an opportunity to pick your own class, your own avatar in class, depending on what you need from the system. Obviously, we have a lot of different modules in our system now. It started with just being able to plan for success. Then it became, ways to find your direction, find your purpose. Then we started doing, review cycles, saving your progress. And then we added on more stuff like fear management, my network management, household management, just so many interesting and new, different modules of the system that can just help you make life easier, make life better. But in the same vein, you might not need to see it all at once when you first get started, right? You want a very targeted, very seamless, very easy step-by-step progression to where you want to go. And that's what we want to provide you with this onboarding, guided tutorial. And then how is very simple. Be able to pick your class, be able to get a specific quest line / storyline based on the class that you have chosen, be able to get a full understanding of how the system works within, minutes, if not an hour. So the whole idea behind all this is really to help you get started within an hour. I know there's a lot of videos right now that we've already produced that have helped you, get through certain sections of the system in a lot of detail. But I do recognize the need for a way to get started almost immediately within minutes, again, or if not an hour. So that is going to be the intention of today's live stream as well. Awesome. So let's get straight into it. Let me tell you about what has already been built and what we're going to be building today. And really, I see that the interactions are going to be threefold. The first thing is that I want you guys to get your gaming hats on. So any kind of classes that you normally like playing in games, whether it be mages, rangers, warriors, fighters, whatever you like playing, just shut them out in the chats, because I want to know what avatar or what class resonates the most with you. Avatars are always going to be the same. We have 3 main categories that you can go into, and of course you can mix and match. You can be both a student and a creative. You can be a creative and a second winder, but generally for me this indicates different stages of life. If I open up the student, for example, you'll be able to see that this is mostly targeted for post-secondary students, so we're talking about university, college level students, where you're trying to really understand what's in your future, right? And perhaps you have a lot of courses that you're managing, a lot of workloads, you're feeling demotivated at times, and you want to find a way to be able to be consistent about the way you're approaching your studying and approaching your future life direction. So this is what being a student means to us. And of course, you can also be a lifelong student. That's definitely within the realm of that. That's just an example, right? A creative for me is someone that is trying to monetize their creativity. They're trying to use their creativity to build their own craft, to build a passion project that eventually becomes a business, or eventually becomes something that can sustain their lifestyle. And generally, people that are very eager to make new ideas, co-create and collaborate. And the whole idea behind this tutorial is to help you manage all those creative ideas that you have, make them into actionable components, and then make work fun, make work exciting, and also, of course, learn how to save your progress, because when you have so many things going on, it's sometimes difficult for you to look back and remember the things that you've done, and also learn from yourself, right? So a lot of that is being taught in this section of the tutorial. And then lastly, if you are a second winder, you're someone that has built up a wealth of knowledge and life experiences, you're in a mature state of life that you're looking to see what's next for you. What is the second wind that's going to knock you? If you think about, runners, when you reach a certain level, you have like a runner's high is what people call it, right? That to me is a second wind. You're getting another breath of air, breath of life into your lungs, and you're ready to embark on your next adventure. And again, this tutorial is going to be showing you how you can use the system to help you on that journey and make it really exciting for you. And at the end of the tutorial, no matter which step you go through, I hope to give you a very good understanding of project and task management, habit tracking, and bullet journaling. And of course, the package that we're dealing with today is going to be the Gamify Your Life packages for the gamification projects. But if this works out well, I hope to apply it across all our different projects, including the Be Intentional components. So therefore, the tutorial for those will also include, areas of confidence and whatnot. But let's go run through. Let's run through an example. Let's go through the eyes of a student, right? And let's see what we have in stock so far. So if I go into here, I can click Get Started. And if I click Get Started, I can essentially see that there is a whole tutorial section now for me that's available. I'll see that this is actually my first quest, amazing, and I'm intended to design my character. I get a little dialogue from, a NPC, a non-player character, again, just getting into the whole game theme, and I can see a mission log that's available for me with associated gold rewards. The gold rewards will indicate how difficult of a task it might be. 50 generally means it might take you, just a little bit of time, and if I scale up the difficulty, let me just show you as an example. Let's say the difficulty scales up to 2 or 3 or so on, then the numbers changed from 50 to 100 and etc. etc. Again, this is just to show you an example of how the whole thing works. But if I open up any quest, I can see a short, every single video in here is probably 20 seconds to a minute, just really short, targeted guidance to how do you use the specific section of the system. So in this case, how do you personalize the system, changing the name to your own name? How do you change your cover image? And then when you're done, you should have your own personalized avatar with your name and cover image. Again, this is just the first step, but you can already see like how simple and easy the system can be to use, simply because things are very targeted and being able to be pushed like that. So when you're done this, right, and you hand in a quest, you'll be able to see your experience bar go up. Let me just show you that really quickly. So if I drag this and I go down and I drag this to handing my quest in, that's completed. My level up bar goes to 5%. I earn 25 experience points and I earned 50 gold. Simple as that. Very nice and very easy. I'm just going to undo that just to make sure that it's clean for the next round, because I just want to walk you through this. When you're done this step, you go to next, and then you can see that you have finished with this instructor and you can go to the next instructor. And again, here you can go and hand in your quests as well, your projects, and you can just hand in and you'll be able to see your leaderboard improve as well. Actually, in this case, the project, I'm not going to show the leaderboard. Or maybe I will. Yeah, let's just leave that there. Let's go to the next step, and I want to keep showing you. So what we have here is abilities to pick your path. So we first started with the option to pick your avatar, right? And then you picked your avatar, and then you said that, hey, I'm a student, or I feel like a creative, or I feel like a second winder. The best thing is that even though you have already picked a path to start, you can always choose a class that doesn't correspond to your path. And the reason behind that is because you might be wanting to prepare for being a creative. Let's say you're a student currently, you want to prepare to be a creative. Maybe you're interested to see how a fighter would be using the system, right? That's totally fine. I want to show you that there are opportunities to see different ways of living life depending on which, variant or stage of life you're in. And you can always think of these as like the first level of, job advancements, right? Or class advancements. This is the first stage of being that class. So the first stage of being, a creative inside a system would be something we call a fighter. So someone that, leads the charge, but maybe has many responsibilities, and, you're excited to lead and get others involved. You can also see, like, for example, if you have a ranger, right? If you are someone that likes to plan and prepare for the future, maybe you have high risk tolerance and you're confident in your skills. But as you guys know, if you played any games before, as a range character, you're generally squishy, you're hard to survive. So positioning is important for you, right? And in our case, what positioning means in real life is that you're very prepared, you're forward thinking, you're looking ahead, so that you're making sure that you're always in the right place at the right time. And for me, that's a ranger. And then finally, there's a sage, but last but not least, rather, is that the sage has immense knowledge, right? But limited time to spend. Be like using research and knowledge to back your ideas, and you take time to schedule up steps, but sometimes you might feel overwhelmed with execution paralysis because there's just so much to do and so little time. So what do you do first? So how you would essentially pick your character, right? Again, we're just sticking with the ranger example for now. Excuse me, I can pick this, and then I can go and I can pick ranger right here as my current class. So ranger is my current class, and you can already see, actually, and there's a hint for later on in the future, is that you can pick multiple classes. So we have this really interesting mechanism, and we actually really want a lot of your feedback and insight on this. Is if I mix two different classes together, what should be the hybrid class? So for example, if I mix a ranger together with a fighter, so I'm a fighter ranger, maybe I'm a ranger mage or whatever it might be. What is that hybrid class, and why would that be important? Why would it be important to also have, both the ranger persona and also the fighter persona in my arsenal of tools, right? Why should I specialize in more than one class? That's something that's very interesting. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Anyways, moving on. So if I'm able to pick a class, then I go on and click next, and you can see as a ranger, again, it was more suited for students. I see a lot of missions that show me how to use the system to create courses as projects, right? Yeah, create my school assignments and quizzes, create personal projects, calculate averages, very student heavy information. But the difference in this that I want to really stress, that's different from our previous tutorials, is that all these tutorials are baked into the system, so that not only are you able to learn how to use the system in terms of tasks and projects, but you're also able to see the tutorials inside each as you go through the onboarding journey of your own life. And I see John has a very good point to what I said earlier, which was, you are specializing in two classes so that you're ensuring that your equipment, the tools and knowledge and everything that you picked up throughout your journey that you've spent time cultivating can be used in more than one direction. It can be used in your, in your adventure as a student, but also in your adventure as a creative, and as a second winder, your adventure as a creative student or second winder completely up to you. And I know there's a few people in the community that identify as all three avatars, right? So I think that's absolutely beautiful and nothing wrong with that. But really, just here's where we're trying to figure out, where do you want to start, right? So awesome. So again, you can drag, so this is where I show you a new mechanism. So because there's more than one item inside your mission log, you might want to drag something for you to work on today. So let's say, okay, today I want to create my courses as projects. So I add it into here, and I can see these are my today's quests. Okay, these are my today's quests that I'm going to work on. And then when I'm done, then I'll drag them into the bottom, and I can hand in your tasks right here. Okay, so I will obviously have mini videos, as I showed you before, that would be explaining all of these things. So don't worry, I will be explaining like how to manage and use. And of course, if you open up each quest, you'll be able to see, how to manage that specific item. But for now, if you have any questions, do let me know, because after I present this, I will be building out a few more of these tutorials. We only have a few more left to build for this, beginner version. For the free gamification version, it'll only be 5 big quests. So I am very excited to build out the rest of this with you guys as well. So also, Anne has a really good question. How do these characters currently interact with the present character points you're using? That's a very good question. Interacts in a very seamless manner, actually, because you're leveling up your character, but previously when you're leveling up, you were never able to select, what kind of character that you were trying to build. Like, what kind of specialization were you trying to make? Before, it was just about you, right? This is you as a person. This is you as you're leveling up, right? This is your progress throughout the life of your own journey. But what adding a class, the element that gives you is essentially, it gives you a direction to lean towards. So you might not have played many games before, but I'd like to give you a game analogy, and I'll try to make it as simple as possible. Is that, for example, I might be playing a game that the mission is to defeat the dragon, right, and save the princess. Let's just say that's the generic trope. If I'm on that journey, I might want to be the type of person that gets to that dragon by just slaying every single monster in my way. I'm just going straight to the front lines. I'm tackling every single monster. I'm doing consistent daily, push-ups, to build up my strength. And I'm, investing in swords and shields and just being more of a physical character. And again, if I bring that to real life, the analogy is someone that's just, very gung-ho, very, driven, just getting straight into the thick of things no matter what it is. On the other hand, there's people whose inclinations is to, stay back, do research, be prepared, and ensure that when the time comes to fight any monsters or fight any bosses, they are heavily ready for the journey ahead and there's no mistakes to be made. So they are ready to fight that boss and ready to be, again, if you played games before, you're the mage and you just have a nuke that you're just going to immediately wipe out every monster in your way because you're prepared well enough for the journey, right? And again, in real life, it'll be the person that likes to do research, likes to plan, likes to prepare, likes to make sure that before they embark on any journey, they're truly ready, right? And then, they go and fight the dragon. So there's many different ways of approaching a problem. And what I want to do in this tutorial specifically is, based on the way that your preference is to approach problems, how can I give you a better way of managing that workflow? And of course, cover your weaknesses, right? That may come with the way that you like to approach the way that you live life. So basically like that. And hi Alyssa, good to see you in the chat as well. Alyssa, I'm super excited to have you here because you are amazing in terms of having new ideas and insights about this. So very excited. But hopefully to answer your question, Anne, I'm excited to answer it in that way because I think it is actually very important. So let's go to the next step. The next step is basically wrapping it up. Again, each instructor will generally have, one or two things that they teach you, and then you can move on. Of course, I'm also debating if I should give an option to go back and try out the other classes that you haven't chosen yet. That's something I'm just thinking about, but I will get back into it. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on that. But let's say I move on. Again, if I hand in my projects, I'll be able to earn some various gold, and then I'll be able to move on to the next step. Right now, the next step is I haven't built yet, which is why I'm going to build today. There's only going to be 5 quests, right, for this tutorial island. So I'm very eager to build it together with you guys. There's only 3, 4, and 5. And then finally, we were going to build a dashboard together. But I also did want to show you guys a class advancement page because I think it is very, very cool. So, and asked the question, what does having a class mean? I answered it in one way. I also want to answer it in one more way. So when you hit level 10, I want to introduce the idea of a class advancement. So initially you might have decided that you are a ranger, right? You are someone that is a ranger and you want to pick a new class that matches well with what being a ranger means to you. So for example, maybe you want to be a ranger, but you also want to be good at, you want to be more versatile, you want to be high speed, right? So you might want to pick a rogue class to match with your ranger. Maybe you want to be a warrior as well, right? You want to be, you feel like you need to be more stoic, you feel like you want to be stronger and more, consistent with the things that you're doing in your daily life. You really pick the class that makes the most sense for you at this current moment. And definitely something that I was talking with Alyssa about, and something I'd love to hear all your thoughts on, is like, if I mix a ranger and warrior, what should that class be? I think that could be really cool because we can write a formula that automatically shows, like, say, hey, I'm a ranger plus warrior, therefore I'm this brand new class. And you can essentially make a whole new combination of classes that really just speak more to who you want to be in your life. Anyways, just wanted to show that really cool class advancements part of the system. Obviously, this is something that we will ensure is part of the tutorial that we're building today, but hopefully that gave you a good overview and idea of what we have so far, and just a really good way to think about and get started together with us in building all this. I see John, a jester. I think a jester would be pretty funny, actually. I think a jester is actually a really good idea. You know what? I think a jester is a really good idea. You're joking, but I like it. All right. Okay, so let's give you a glimpse into the backend. Okay, so the backend of this looks like this. The first quest has 2 components. The second quest has a few components. Again, you can see if I was a ranger, I'd get a different guide. If I was a fighter, I'd get a different guide. A sage, I'd get a different guide. For the third quest, it's about consistent daily progress and saving your progress. So let's I'm going to first update my template for a new tutorial. So let me go into here because there is a little bit that I'd like to add in. And I also saw a section earlier that I wanted to improve. So bear with me, I'm going to jump into that. So I'm going to drag this section here. I'm going to paste that into this. I'm going to leave that system guide in case I do need that later on, and then hand in your quest goes below here. Perfect. And then of course I do also want to show the leaderboard because you want to feel like you're leveling up as you're going through the quest. Awesome. So let's go into here as well. I do need to also grab the success plan right here for the mission log. So let's grab that. And then I'm gonna paste that right here. So Alyssa is saying a ranger and a warrior will make a much agile fighter. They can plan, but can take on more projects, so like a long range warrior. So would that be something like a crossbow man, woman, crossbow person? I'm not sure what's the right term for that, but usually there is something like that, or like a really like a ranger that also has like a knife on the end. There's a video game character that has that, like someone that can switch easily between long range and melee. But that is a really good idea. If anyone knows the name of that character, let me know. I think that'll be really, really cool. Okay, so upstream contains. So basically, I just want to clear these options so I can have a good option for me. But I think it's fine. Okay, let's just go to consistent daily progress. I'm going to take this out and I'm going to click new tutorial. So for each of these, I'm looking to make a new person as the instructor. And generally where I've just been grabbing images is I've just been going to Google, right? And I've just been going to find a let's do Witcher 3 images, and then I'm going to show only transparent images. So I want to show Witcher 3. There we go. So they already show some interesting people, so I'm going to copy that image. And then I'm going to go back into my consistent daily progress. I'm going to paste that into here. And then you can see I have a new person that's going to be speaking to me. So in this case, for consistent daily progress, I'm just going to write a little bit about it. What matters most is the daily actions you take. Right? And that's the whole idea behind consistent daily progress. And for this, I'm going to filter out. There's no subtype for this, but the upstream should contain the third quest, saving. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a new quest for create your modify or select your daily quests. Or okay, now what's the best wording for this? Not select, but modify, change, add, customize your daily quests. Keep it to 5, right? So my first idea is that I want you to start with only 5 daily quests. I think that's important, right? Start with 5 daily quests you're going to do every single day, right? And then I want to show you how that then relates on to your avatar. So I'm also going to have something here that shows you the daily quest that you have. So bear with me. I'm going to go into the backend of my system. So I'm going to go to the guts and then go to the backend and views. And I'm just going to pull out the success plan, the daily quests, because I want to grab one of these new ones. So let's go here. So I'm going to grab this view and I'm going to go here, and then the information I want to provide is once you updated your daily quests to your liking, you should be able to check them off below and see your progression rise. We'll have a dedicated dashboard for you to manage your daily quests later on. And then perfect. So that's how I would essentially explain the daily quest. And again, by the way, if you guys found yourself lost in any parts of the journey inside our system, do let me know, because I can easily just break up that process and add a new stage for that exact task, right? So if customizing was a problem, right? Maybe that was a problem. And the next thing that you couldn't figure out was, for example, I'm just trying to think, changing templates, right? For example, for the today's 5 for daily reflections, just let me know. Those are things that I can definitely help you with and help you understand better. Yeah. John's also giving more feedback. definitely a paladin might be interesting as a way to think about someone that can have multiple skill sets. But for me, paladin, I was always thinking about like a very holy character that like has a hammer for some reason. I don't know, maybe just the games I've played. that's what I think about when I think paladin. But anyway, so this is it. So you can hand in your quest, and then the next step I want to do, so actually let's also make sure that the before and next are better captured. So if I this is the next step. Previous step is here. Oops. Previous step is here. I also want this lady to be my instructor here. So this is consistent daily progress. You want to customize your daily quest, keep it to 5. Then your next step is going to be saving your progress. So I'm going to open that up. And then I'm going to paste that. So the next step is saving your progress. I'm going to delete everything, make a new tutorial. Perfect. And then again, I'm just going to drag this lady right here and then paste her right there as well. And then what we're going to do is remove this, and then upstream contains again the third quest. So the third quest, perfect. And then we see that right now it's showing the other one as well, right? The other quest that is supposed to be inside the let me just show you. So this is supposed to be inside customizing daily quests. I think actually it's not a bad thing to do. I'm trying to think. No, I do want to separate these because I want to show the example of that you can see multiple of your days in a reflection format. I'm a bit trying to figure out what's the best way here. Okay, for now I'm just going to use a filter that would automatically filter that out. So let me see how I can do that. So I don't think I want to use subtype because subtype I don't want to taint that with what I have here. Maybe I'll just filter this to one more filter that will say the name contains daily quest. Oh, was that not right? Okay, no caps, daily quest. Okay, and then here I'm just going to say and name does not contain daily quest. I think this is a very haphazard way of doing this, but it's fine. I just wanted to show. So I'm going to make a few quests here. So use the today's 5 daily reflection template as a bullet journal. Okay, so that will be the first thing that I want to teach you guys how to do inside this step. I also want to show you guys things like that's new task, things like, you know, linking the daily quests to mistakes you've made and gratitude journal, right? So maybe a lot of people didn't know that you actually are able to build a gratitude journal inside here. Okay, so linking to mistakes, reflecting on mistakes you've made and gratitude journal. So basically you can also use this as a way to reflect, right, very meaningfully on mistakes you've made and a gratitude journal. And just one more option for you that I'd probably add is I love the conversation right now in the chat, guys. I love it. Keep discussing on that, because I think by the time when we get to the classes, I want to add all your ideas in. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be a blast. We're going to talk about like what each one means and how each one could be better represented, perhaps. Yeah. So right here, just wanted to save that. So daily reflection as a bullet journal. And then what I want to show you guys here would be to show you a view that breaks down all the different, so I'm going to go into here, and then I'm going to paste it right here, and I'm going to show the visual. And then here is where I'll show properties, and I just want to make sure I'm showing those properties perfect. I'm also going to filter instead of the show property. I just want to filter and the last date, so the wake up date, the time is within the past week. Okay, so remove that. So now that should show me a few more entries. Beautiful, I love it. And actually, let's just throw the within past 3 days. Okay, it's fine. I think it's fine. What the system can easily show you a snapshot of how your week has been going so far, and you'll be able to see meaningful images that you've placed in the cover image of each daily entry. So that's really important, okay? Because when you do that, you're able to actually look back into your life as if it was a kind of kaleidoscope of all your greatest hits, right? So maybe that actually is one more thing that I'm going to add. Okay, so adding a cover image to remember your day by. So this is another thing that you can learn in this tutorial. And again, these tutorials will just keep building and keep building, because it'll give you more ideas on how the system can be used better for your specific needs, right? And again, as we go into more of the finer details, you'll see that really a lot of new tasks can be made. So again, assuming that you're done, let's talk about the next step and the previous step. So previous step would be like this. The next step would be again wrapping it up. So I do want to show that, like, so maybe we can just also have this. So wrapping it up, completing your third project. Yeah, and actually I'm having a lot of fun even building it. I think that's a very important thing, right? Completing your second project, and then is completing your first project. Like, it's the whole idea of life, life management. I think it should be really fun. It shouldn't be something that you dread doing, for sure. It's not something that should be tough to do either. It should be just something that you feel like just flows, and I think that's really nice, right? And again, the idea is that you pick whatever makes the most sense to you. I think that's something that I cannot overemphasize. Okay, so let's just finish this. So what we're saying is, I have nothing left to teach you. I'm also going to just copy these wordings because I like them a lot. Go to your next instructor. And then again, I have nothing left to teach you. Go to your next instructor here as well. We have this lady that is teaching us, so we're going to change this image. We're also going to change this image. And just for due measure, I'm also going to copy this so I can see the progression of my item. And actually, I didn't show this earlier, but So let's say I change this to third quest, right? And I just want to show you like this. So right now it's at 10%. But what happens if I go into here, for example, and I finish all 3 of these quests, right? I'll just do it just to show you guys. I finish all 3 of these quests. What happens is it jumps to 78%. Amazing, right? So basically the whole idea is that as you go through and as you finish quests, you can actually see how much of the progression you've actually completed and you're meant to complete, so that you can see that, hey, you know, I've really done everything that I've meant to do inside each of these sections. So that's pretty fun. I like that a lot. So I'm just going to undo that because we don't need to do that right now. I also want to give myself some instructions here. So let me just confirm what I did here. Okay, perfect. So it should be head in your project. Head in your project. I'm going to take away the leaderboard just so that I don't need to cloud that myself with that. And then I'm also going to take that out here, leaderboard. Okay, give myself some space here. So that's my third project. I also did want to talk about a little bit about why this is important. So let's just add a section here. Your daily actions are tremendously important in ensuring that you are taking real actionable steps towards your goals. And I would always like to give like a video that would explain that. So so I think the video that I want to refer to is here. So let me just grab that. There's a video that I might want to refer to, and it is, let's see. Oh, make building habits addictive. So how we make building habits addictive. Right, so that will be that, and then that's just a quick guide. So let's keep going. Again, you can see that this process is quite simple, right? The hardest things to do, at least in my opinion, is just to break down each component into a very detailed and actionable step that makes sense for you. Again, we have 2 more quests to go, and then the final quest is going to be really exciting. We're going to building our own dashboard, and just it gives me a good chance to show you guys how I would build a dashboard with the new knowledge I have today, right? A new updated and current dashboard for the gamification project that, you know, is on par at least with the things that we've been doing and keeping it simple, keep life simple, and make life simple and daily planning, because those dashboards have been so amazing for me to like get everything done. Like I can't overemphasize that. So I do want to make sure that everyone also has that same appreciation and experience with our system. So next step is here. So I'm just going to go into here, spending your gold. So how can you're rich? Let's help you make use of your gold. So basically I want to show you guys in this step, right, how you can spend your gold. So when you make gold inside a game, right, inside the system, so I'm going to open this one up. I'm going to say new awesome task. I'm say create your first item in the item shop. Okay, so I'm teaching you how to create an item in the item shop, and then purchase an item for today with your gold. Okay, and then what we can show you is that, so purchase an item today with your gold connects into your daily tasks, your daily quests. And then the last thing for you to do would be to, I think that's it actually. No, you're just going to be purchasing item shops. Okay, maybe you might also want to learn how to adjust gold rewards. Adjust gold rewards for inflation. So basically, I wanted to show you guys, like in this step also, like how you can adjust the gold rewards of each quest that you complete. So I think that'll be pretty interesting as well. The depot. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think the item shop could actually have a lot of like different improvements as well. Like some free items you can pick up every day, something like that. I think that'd be really cool, actually. Like, I really think that there's a lot of opportunities and potential here. Again, keep talking, guys. I think there's a lot to improve upon, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. But anyway, once you're done, you should see your personalized item shop below. Right, so then basically you can create your first item, purchase an item today with your gold, adjust gold rewards for inflation, for example, and then basically you can also, let's also bring out I'm just going to bring out also the daily quests here, because I think it'll be important just to show how you might purchase a reward. So let's just go into here. So I'm going to paste that into this. I'm going to show 2 columns. Okay. I'm going to have this on the left hand side. I'm going to have this on the right hand side. Simple as that. And then I can show you, for example, let's just go into a new view, and then I can see more of this while I'm doing this. I'm just going to remove everything except for item purchased, because I wanted to show you guys that, for example, if you picked an item purchased, you'll be able to see what item you purchased for that day. So let's go item purchased right here. So the item purchase, you can select anything in the left hand side in the item shop. Simple as that. Or maybe I'll just put this above. I won't be so fancy. So let's call this item purchased. Let's delete all these extra views. Perfect. And then maybe what I'll have, because I already have a good image for that. So if I go to my class advancement, I'm just going to pick up the leaderboard. And here I'm going to pick up this, but what I want is actually to show the gold instead of the level, right? So I'm going to go into here, and then I'm going to show 2 of these. Let's put this here on the right. Let's paste this here on the left. And then let's close this up. And then for here, instead of showing level and showing class, I'm only going to show gold, all right? So I only want to show gold. So no level, no class. I only want to show gold balance. And you'll see that gold balance is like that. It's showing private. I'm going to update that to make sure it doesn't do that anymore. So gold balance should be showing just this. Perfect, that's done. So it's showing 0. Perfect. So then basically you can see like how you can spend your gold, and you can see that your item shop's on the right hand side. Amazing. Perfect. So that is one of those steps. And again, spending your gold needs a different character. So let's find someone that looks enterprising. Maybe a merchant, maybe. Let's see. I want to find a merchant. Someone that looks like a merchant. Let's change the settings to transparent. Amazing. There's so many of these. I love it. Let's see. I think this guy looks like a merchant, but that looks very blurred. Again, it doesn't really matter. Okay, this guy, definitely. This guy looks definitely like the kind of guy that is going to tell me to buy something. So I'm going to go right here. And again, as I finish, I can hand in my quests. And simple as that, I can, you know, get through my day. So this is a step for spending your gold. Let's go to the next step. Let's see what the next step looks like. So the next step after spending your gold is, I think that's it for that, at least for the free version. I think for this, like for additional versions, I might talk about badges, right? So for now, we'll just say completing your 4th project. So actually, I'm gonna just duplicate this because I think that'll make it simple. And then let's call this completing your 4th project. We're almost at the 5th. I wish I had, so Alyssa's saying I wish I had the mana potions for the boost of motivation. That could be really cool. So as you guys know, we actually have an energy tracker, right? So maybe that could be something we also teach into here. Honestly, I just think it's so cool. Like imagine we have an alchemist, right? We have an alchemist class, and the whole point of the alchemist class is to teach you how to brew potions in order to boost your energy. Wouldn't that be so cool, guys? Oh my gosh, I think that would be really, really cool. Anyway, I just want to show here. So filter, this is going to be the 4th quest. 4th quest will be this project. Okay, and then what we'll be talking about here is reward yourself for completing tasks and options, for wins in your life. Consistently reward yourself. We are often too tough on ourselves and tend to bias ourselves towards negativity. Okay, and then I'll have a video that basically shows, like, you know, building badges and all that in Notion. So that could be pretty cool. All right, so the next thing I do want to show here is unlock badges in the enhanced version. So that's something that I will most likely leave there as an option. Okay, and then you can hand in your project like this, paste that here. I'm going to go and ensure that spending your gold is linked properly to the back of this. And then the next step is playing with friends. So that's pretty good. So the next step is playing with friends. And this is also going to be a very fast step. So let's open this up and let's see what we have here. So the last, playing with friends, I think definitely we need to do something that has like more than one person. So let's see, party, I don't know. Is party the right thing to show? Transparent. Maybe. I'm trying to see if there's something worthwhile using here. Brothers in arms, that'd be cool. What's this? Let's see, brothers in arms. Oh, perfect. Nope, that is looking very ugly. Let's see. I don't want to spend too long on this because later on I can update this on my own time, but I did want to show, like, you know, how this might look. And then we're going to go into defining more avatars, more classes, because I think that's probably going to be the most fun part of today's live stream. But thank you guys so much for joining us so far. This has been really exciting to build together with you guys for sure. Okay, so let's just use this lady for now. So playing with friends. So what we want to say is gamification. Gamification is most fun. Or we all never struggle alone. the best adventures are the ones we embark on with our friends. Okay, so we're going to change this to the fourth project. No, the fifth rather, fifth quest. And then we're going to remove this. And then we're going to show you as an example. So some missions for this would be add a friend into your workspace. So I'm going to teach you in here how do you invite someone into specific pages, Okay, and then the second step is create an avatar for a friend. So that's also another step that you can do. And then it's just as simple as that. What I will do here though is also show as an example. So designing your character, I'm also going to show the leaderboard as showing so if you completed the tasks above, you would have multiple avatars displaying below. Okay, so there's something that you can see. But I also want to ask actually for you guys, like, how do you guys see the necessity to add someone into your workspace? Because the way that this works right now, the current way of how you can integrate your workspace with someone else's is that the result of that is that they will be able to see everything that you're doing, right? And again, that's the whole point. I do this with my family. I share this with my family so that I can see when they level up. I can see what projects they're working on. I can see what they're currently struggling with. But how many of you guys have that same use case? I'm trying to understand that, because we're obviously working on a way that we can anonymously share specific data that we want to share with the community. Right now, the way we're doing it is you can take a screenshot, you can send it to character progression. It's really fun. You should try it out. But later on, we're going to be having an API framework, which will also automatically sync up and show the quest that you want to show to the rest of the world, to us, to the community. But I am curious, like, how many of you guys have tried to invite someone into your workspace to play together with you in the same workspace inside your system? So I am curious if you guys have any ideas on that. Do let me know. Okay, anyways, assuming that we're done this, I just want to keep it simple, keep it quick. I do want to show you guys the next step, which is going to be the more exciting one, which is creating your own dashboard, and then finally making your own mixing and matching your own different roles and classes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open playing with friends, completing your fourth project. That is going to be the next step. So that was the previous step. Next step is completing your fifth project. So I'm going to duplicate this. Completing your fifth project. And then we're going to just copy this, paste that, close that, filter this, fifth quest. And then I want to add in here is life is too short. Working together with others will give you a boost of motivation will give you motivation, accountability, and the opportunity to learn from each other as you progress on your growth journey. So that'd be pretty cool. Alyssa says, I would like people like Sade or any of the Koi Street peeps to stock my to-dos. I think that would be very cool. I think definitely that's something that's we can definitely try. Let's try that out between even just us, right? Obviously we have that within the X control for the leadership team, but I'm very excited to just create a space for our community to have a very intricate connection between our success plans. I think that would be very cool. Okay, so here find easier. Great, easily. Okay, so that's one thing done. That's the 5th project. And finally, let's go to create your own dashboard. That's the final quest, okay? So by this time, by the way, after you finish all these quests, my idea is that you be level 10-ish. I have calculated it and it seems to be about right. So around level 10 is when I hope that you'll be picking up a new class and then figuring out more things, how you can, level up from there. Okay, so new tutorial. Let's go here. Alyssa's giving us some strong motivation to do our to-dos. By the way, drink some water, guys. Don't forget to hydrate yourself. Some water. Perfect. So just quickly to finish up creating your new dashboard. So I guess what I want to show you here, so let's filter it first before I talk more. The final quest. Okay, so let's make a new project. Final quest. So let's filter this. Let's make this the final quest. And I just wanted to ask you guys, so obviously we have 3 different types of users in the system already, and I've already shown you guys that there are going to be specific tutorials that handle each part, right? So for example, a second winder might appreciate the knowledge hub more than a creator might at this current moment, right? Whereas a creator might be very invested in having a very good way to manage all their projects. So my question for you guys is this: do you think it makes sense to have 3 different dashboards for the 3 different personas? Or should I have one master dashboard that allows you to pick and choose or pick and delete components that would not be that doesn't suit you perfectly? I'm very curious. I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to handle this, because obviously right now we do have a theme library, right? It's not a theme library. We have our own. We have the system for fantasy world, right? So I'm gonna paste that into here, and then we also have a theme library as well. So I am really curious for you guys, like, obviously there are ways to build this out even better, and I don't doubt that, but I'm just curious like what you guys want from me in terms of this kind of build, because I think we can spend maybe 5-10 minutes on building a dashboard. Again, it's really quick and easy, that's why I'm confident it could be 5-10 minutes, but I just want to also just make sure I'm building the right architecture in mind from day one. Let's see. So Anne saying one master is better instead of flipping screens. That makes sense. So one master for planning and one master for doing. Like, I think that could be pretty cool. Or like just having the same thing in the same page. Let's just build a dashboard and we'll see. Let's just build the dashboard out. So we had the fantasy world before, which I think is fine as a base to build. So let's go into that. like previously we had trainer, and then we had the yeah, I'm just trying to think what's the best way right now. Oh, by the way, I realized playing with friends could also have like a pet component. So customize your pets. This has a pet component as well. I think it'll be pretty fun. Okay, so I'm still hearing. So John's saying I have to see it to see what I mean, and yeah, I just don't want it to be too cluttered. So I think Alyssa will have some good clarity on what I'm trying to do, because right now, if you think about all the different ones that we currently have in our theme library, they can get pretty long and pretty extensive. What I want is to create like a vanilla like template, a vanilla dashboard that just helps you get started very easily and very immediately. Me trying to drag my dog to Notion. That's pretty funny, guys. No, so like I'm trying to understand like okay, let's just build it out, and then we'll talk. Let's just build something out first. I think that's the best way to do it. Let's build something out. So we have this called vanilla dashboard, perhaps. All right, this is the most basic dashboard, and we're going to have a few components. Obviously, we should have every component that we've talked about so far. So we should have your projects. Okay, so we're gonna have projects. We're going to have our quests. We're going to have our daily quests. We're going to have our, leaderboard, which will include humans plus pets. And then because of this, we're also going to have our knowledge up. Okay. So these are the various things we might want on this dashboard. And the build your own component that I was thinking about was to show you how you can add a new view to your own dashboard. So let's talk about that. Okay, that's great. So I'm going to add that into here. So add a new view to your dashboard. So I just want to show you how you can do that. That makes sense to me. But here I'm just going to show, so for example, I'm going to have two toggles. So this is for daily planning, and then this is for keep it simple. Okay, so I'm going to have a toggle for the planning stuff that you're going to do. So projects to work on, quest to embark on, mission log. And then what we can have here is active quests, and then daily quests. Probably daily quests is outside of the toggle. It's fine. Daily quests, active quests, and then we'll have our leaderboard. So leaderboard will be right there. Okay, so let me show you how this looks at right here. And I'm switching it up because I've had the insight that the existing dashboards that were currently displayed for the gamification project. I'm not talking about the ones for L control and the ones for Be Intentional. Those ones are really nice and I love them. Those are perfect. All I'm talking about is the dashboards for our for the free version of the gamification project, and also the gamification project where they don't have the benefits of daily planning and keep it simple. So I want to at least give a taste of how that currently looks and feels like, just to help people understand, like, you know, that there's something better that you can use if you want to be more intentional about your planning. So let's jump into this, and I will just show you as my example anyway of how I currently go into the backend and grab stuff. So for example, I'm going to the leaderboard now. I'm grabbing the human leaderboard right here. So I'm going to grab that human leaderboard. I'm going to paste that into here. Again, I might also want to see pets. So let me go and show pets as well. But this should be full width. So I might also want to see my pets. So let's go and show my pets. I will open up my pets leaderboard. and then I'll copy this, and then I'll paste that. And I believe for my pets leaderboard, I'd rather just show a visual, and I don't need to show the experience because I think it'll be a bit redundant right here. I just want to show pets, and I also do want to show if they are yeah, I'll just show them on the side. So I'm going to have this side by side, and again, this should prove as a good guide for you on how you can build your own dashboard as well. I know people like Anne and oh whoa, that's so cool. It does that. Wait, why does it do that? That's interesting. Wait, is that new? Okay, that was weird. Okay, so that's gonna be our pets on the side, on that side there, which is awesome. And then we have our people here on the left side, and if we want, we can actually change that to visual view so we can see our avatar like that. But for now, let's just stick it to practical. And then actually maybe I'll do something like, nah, I think that's fine. Something like that is good. And then I do also want to put like a little mantra here because I generally like to have that. So let's just put a little mantra. Let me grab something from my system that I like to say to myself in the morning, because I mean, it just makes you feel a lot better about how you can start the day. So let me go and grab that. I'm going into my make life simple, and then I'm going to so this is my motivation section. Perfect. And again, I had a live stream about this, but I wanted to share with you guys that you can actually add little components inside your system that's going to help you guide you through and make you push through when you need to get the extra boost of motivation. That's just a little reminders throughout the system. I think that's really good. Yeah, Alyssa's saying it's good, so keeping it simple. If I can make a table that lets you open up the items of a toggle, can you explain what that means, John? If you explain what that, maybe I can try and actually doing it. So there's a motivation section. Okay, perfect. So let's quickly finish up the daily planning. So projects to work on. So what I can show here is the different projects that we currently have. So I'm going to go into, let's go grab the view for, try to figure out which view is probably the best one to take. Let's probably go into the success plan, and I want to grab the today's focus quest list. I want this one. So I'm going to grab this one. Nope, I want to focus project list. Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm just going to take that for now, and then I'm going to see all the projects to work on. So what's interesting here is that now I can show not only in progress, but I can show all the ones in focus. So for example, I can show the focus check mark for this, and if I focus on it, basically it's going to be the ones I choose to focus on. Okay, that's all I want to show. So I'll show in progress and I'll show completed. We're going to do a check mark here. I'll try to keep this part of the stream simple because I think that I can build this off stream as well if that's something that we can skip through. But I just wanted to show you guys like a quick and easy example of like I can show all the completed the projects I'm going to have to work on, and if I click focus, right, what could be the very interesting thing is that I can show all the missions I have that are currently part of that focus group. So let me show you what I mean. So if I show a focus quest list, okay, or no, I want to show the mission board rather right now. So I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to paste that right here. And then I'm going to add a filter that says, and upstream focus. So upstream focus. Any is check mark. Oh, actually. Oh, cool. So all those are ready to start, and that's why they're showing. Okay, that makes sense to me. Okay. But the idea is that if I check off this, then you can see immediately these are the quests that you want to focus on. And that should also prioritize them. So ideally, that should also prioritize the focus. So focus. So upstream focus should be prioritized. It should be descending. And then that should be focused after due date. Well, actually, no, it should be focused like that. Perfect. So then essentially when I click focus, it will automatically change the ordering of this. So it becomes like that this is something that I want to focus on first. Beautiful. Simple as that. Okay. And of course, I'll add some instructions here to give you some guidance and clarity on that. But I wanted to show you that like this system is very, very powerful like that. Okay. So that's projects to work on, that's mission log, and then we're just going to keep it simple, easy as that. So let's keep it simple. So we have our daily quests. We're going to open this up, and then we're going to show these are daily quests we want to work on. Again, I'm just going to go to my backend and find my daily quests here and see my complete view. Copy and paste this into here. And I don't have to do much after that because it already shows me all my daily quests. I'm done. And then my active quests are going to be the ones that I'm going to drag into, you know, what I want to do today. And then what I can do is if I go into the today's quests, which is my planning, I can see my active quests like this. Maybe I just open this up and then I can, perfect. Active quests. And then I'm going to make this green just because I want there to be some color variation. So that's green. Daily quest could be perhaps blue. And then I'm going to add a div. And right, so that's basically it for the dashboard. It's very vanilla, like I said. I might add some, you know, cover images to make it a bit more gamified, right? I'm going to add a game element right here. I will probably have a better fantasy. Actually, let's just go take a look at this. So fantasy world wallpaper. So I just want to show something. And again, this is like any fantasy that you like, any game that you like, you can just pick and choose that and then use that as your wallpaper. I think that's totally fine. Maybe this one will be the right one. I like it. So I'm going to save this image into my folder. I'm going to save it into my downloads. And then I'm going to go into my vanilla dashboard, change my cover and upload that image just like so. Perfect. So now it looks really beautiful. I'm able to see my vanilla dashboard, right? Like this. And then if you'd like, you can also add some images in the side here. And I think this is really good. Do I ever add the dark background? You mean changing it to dark mode? I definitely do. So I actually use everything in dark mode. So let's go dark mode right here. So if you see it, how it looks in dark mode, it actually looks really, really nice. So let's just refresh that. So it looks really good in dark mode, actually. I really like the system in dark mode. Projects to work on, it's going to be something perhaps purple, and then mission log will be something that's red. I like red for mission log. Okay, so something like that. And obviously, I can give a link to the themed dashboards, but I just really wanted to show you guys that this is exactly how you can build your own dashboard. Very simple, just drag and drop things in. And of course, I'll also have a proper guide for that. I will also just remove the downstream here. Perfect, just keep it simple. So just the description, the dates, and perhaps even the due dates that might need to be done. Cool. Simple as that. Now let's get to the real fun part of today's stream, right? Class advancement. Let's talk about that. So I've heard a lot of really good classes from you guys. Okay, let me switch it back to light. Okay, so I've heard a lot of really good options from you guys. So let's round them all up. I heard Ninja, right? Let's talk about Ninja. So what's the difference between ninja and rogue? Would rogue be ninja? I think this is the same, right? Is rogue the same thing as ninja, guys? I'm just thinking out loud. I heard ninja. I heard paladin. I think paladin's really good as well. Paladin's really good. So what I'm thinking right now is that there's going to be multiple layers of classes. Okay, let's map this out first quickly, because I think it will be really, really interesting. So let's do this in like a whimsical board. So just in a whimsical board, let's do this here. So right now, we have 3 sections of classes. Okay, so the first section is a student class. So students. So these are all classes that belong to students. These are all classes that belong to creatives, and then these are all classes that belong to second winders. Okay. So let's talk about this. We started off with a few unique classes. Actually, let's change this color down to gray. Let's change this color to gray as well, and let's change this color to gray. Okay, so the first one that we wanted, so again, I'm just going to show all the classes here. Okay, so all the classes are like this, and I'm also going to show the type. So we have basic level, intermediate level, and then I'm thinking we also have advanced level. Okay, but let's start basic first. So for the basic level, we have ranger, sage, and fighter. So we have ranger, sage, which is here, and then we have fighter here. Okay, so this is the basic level. And then when you get to the intermediate level, we can choose a few extra ones. So we can choose, I am here. We can choose warrior, ninja, healer, mage. Okay, so warrior, ninja, and then healer, and then we have mage right here. So the question was, what do we want to add on into this, right? When things combine, when ranger plus mage combines, what's different, right? Can a ranger and fighter combine? Is that something that we're going to allow? Maybe we do. I'm not saying no, right? Maybe we allow that as well. But what is the whole in what can we essentially combine, and what's the benefits of combining? It's what I want to really get across today. Okay, so let's talk about this a little bit. So I think the really exciting thing about this, for me at least, is that it really indicates different ways that you can approach this concept. Again, previously I talked about how a ranger will be someone that is, someone that's very well prepared, because generally they are just squishy, right? And if you think about a game analogy, they need to be very careful with their placements. For fighters, you are just in the fray, just fighting battles day in, day out. Excuse me. And for sages, you're someone that is using knowledge to help you, learn something new. Now, I wanted to explain also what warrior means. So warriors are someone that's steadfast. You take life step by step, and then you prioritize safety, right? You have a ninja, which is high speed and versatile. You'll optimize the best way to do things. You're a healer. You're good at multitasking. You want to meditate. You want to help others succeed. You connect with others. And then mages, again, I haven't detailed this out yet, but we can detail this out now. So what I'm trying to think about, and by the way, I love your ideas, so I'm just going to add that to the side here to make sure I don't forget those ideas, Alyssa. So we have hunter, we have blade runner, we have paladin. Okay, blade runner, blade slinger, and then there's also blade dancer. There's so many levels. That's actually pretty crazy. There's actually so many levels. Yeah. Okay. There's a lot of levels there. Okay, so I'm also going to add one more thing here. So I'm going to add a little thing, a little annotation that explains what's the unique benefit of taking on this specific role, okay? So for me, what's unique about taking on a ranger versus anything else is you learn how to manage your courses, okay? So this one, you manage courses. So rangers will be for course management. For fighters, this will be project management. And for sages, the different thing here will be knowledge management, okay? And then the additional step, obviously, is that we then have another level that we would want to look back and do review cycles. So I think this one, review cycles, will be the new and interesting component here. Actually, let's make this purple. I like purple better for this use case. Purple. Let's make it purple, and let's do that. Let's make this purple. Let's do that. Let's make this purple, and let's do that. And same thing, purple, and let's do that. Okay, so those are the additional benefits for this. Fighting, sage, guardian. I think that's actually it. And that is guardian. I like that. So a fighter plus a sage is a guardian. That's beautiful. I like that a lot. And let's change this color of this background. And that is a really good idea. I like that a lot. Okay, so if you do fighting plus sage, I would call that a guardian. That could be really cool. If you're a ranger and a fighter, what would you? We talked about it a bit. It's like a bowman plus a fighter. Like I'm thinking like an Amazonian, but like that's like not a class. That's not a class. I'm not sure about that one. Okay, let me finish adding like more additional specific things that you would take on if you are each one of these classes, right? So a ninja, I think, is someone that is going to be going really gung-ho into they're gonna launch themselves into things that they want to do. They're very versatile, attack over defense. So what they might appreciate from the system would be things like actually the easiest way for me to do that would be to open up the master system for a better life and then just find out what could be done here. Yeah, so I think for someone who is recurring tasks, someone needs to figure out recurring tasks. Okay, recurring tasks would be, I think recurring tasks would be the warrior. So warrior would care about recurring tasks. Okay, so warrior cares about recurring tasks. The ranger cares about courses. Ninja cares about okay, let's keep looking. The ninja, what does the ninja care about? The ninja cares about just doing stuff. Maybe inbox 0 is what they care about. Maybe. I'm just thinking out loud. Okay. So beast master or beast hunter? Beast hunter. Heavy tank. Heavy tank would be someone that like bears the helps the party stay alive. Like there's someone that like is the backbone of the party, is the way I like to think about it. I think that's pretty cool. Dagger doesn't care about no one. Exactly. Yeah. Like so is the ninja, okay, so is the ninja the rogue or the ninja like a whole new class? Because I think they're stealthy. They're someone that like just silently goes and get things done. And I think ninja is a more appropriate term, maybe, or a friendlier term than rogue. Maybe it's that. Oh, fear management. Okay, so there's going to be two components to this actually. So I want to give you something special that enhances your strength. And I also want to give you something that helps you cover your weaknesses. So Anne has a really good point there, right? So for me, the ninja's weakness is that they don't watch their back. They don't spend enough time to look back and make sure that you are working on the things you're meant to work on. So maybe fear management is something that is good as a way to help the ninja cover their weaknesses, as an example, right? Okay, no, I'm hearing you guys. So ninjas are executional in nature, right? So what we're saying is executional in nature. Okay, so maybe not prone to working alone, but does one thing at a time. Does one thing at a time. Maybe is the way that we want to talk about it. Like, oh, a very no, just a very very direct, very there's a word for this. Not just executional, but like they're very mercenary. Very that's one thing at a time, something like that. He conquers his fears. I'm trying to think. I think there's a better one for conquering fears. I think I would add something like a berserker. A berserker would be conquering fears. A berserker will be conquering fears. Like a fighter upgrades to a berserker is the way I'm thinking about it. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, one job, one kill. Yeah, so inbox zero actually makes sense a lot for me then, for ninja, right? They focus on one thing, one job, one kill. Wow, like if we continue on this path, guys, what I'm seeing though, and what I'm a bit worried about is that essentially what will happen is you might pick up like a lot of different classes because each class entertains one part of the system, right? So I am curious. Okay, ninja is more planning sneakiness. So for review cycles, that's a mage I'm seeing because they're planning. Maybe they also do review cycles, but they focus more on the planning part of it. Maybe. But I really think berserker is fear management. Berserkers are like, okay, I have this fear, I'm gonna solve it, I'm going full in gung-ho and getting it done. I really think that fits well for that. Let's keep this John's disagreeing on ninjas being one thing at a time. Maybe actually, you know what, maybe I'm trying to think about something in the system that fits like the assassin nature of a ninja, right? And the flexibility of a ninja. I really want to embrace the flexibility of that because they're versatile. I think the versatility is important. Okay, anyway, but healer for sure. Actually, healer for sure is my network. It's the introduction to my network. Okay. I think that's great. Tank. We need a tank. Is the warrior the tank? I'm just trying to figure out, is the warrior the tank? Maybe warrior is actually a tank, guys. What do you guys think? I think warrior is a tank. And giving a good advice is like, I think it's good for each class to visit each other for wisdom, strength, etc. Maybe. Yeah. But anyway, guys, so I think we'll spend maybe 5 minutes more to 10 minutes max on this. Today's has been quite a long live stream than usual. I'm really excited though because it was a really great build. But I will think we'll limit to 5 to 10 more minutes because I'm respectful of everyone's time who's watching. But yeah, so let's add more things. Ninjas have throwing stars, so their range. Actually, ninjas is like the range / melee, aren't they? Like if it's ninja, the dagger doesn't speak to me, but a throwing star speaks to me. I might go and grab a throwing star. Let's go grab a throwing star. So I'm gonna go grab a throwing star for this. I'm not getting a throwing star. Let's go here and grab a throwing star. Let's get a throwing star, ninja, tools. Okay, so I think something like this, or something like this is so nice. Like that. Throwing star. And then I'm going to go back to this class, change this image, and let's pick a throwing star. Oh, oops, that's not transparent. Let's save it again. Let's find a new transparency. Okay, this is definitely not transparent. So let's go with throwing star right here. And then let's go back to pick your class. I will update that one last time. And ideally this works. Perfect. We have a ninja throwing star. Okay. Yeah, super fun, high speed, versatile. Perfect. And then let's just figure this out. So ideally we're able to bring about an aspect of the system in every single one. So for example, if I'm someone that is the tank, okay, I guess this comes more into the whole be intentional component. So okay, so I got it. So everything in the intermediate mode is relating to the be intentional components of the system, whereas everything in here is to talk about the basic versions, the core of the system. So there's everything about being intentional. So we have things like, time management. Who's the best in charge of their time? Would that be the ninja, for example, right? Is the ninja best in charge of their time? Like which one will be? So let's also add on. So what are the systems we need to do? So we need time management needs to be encapsulated, right? Meal planning. So, oh my gosh, a chef, guys. Everyone needs a chef, right? We need a chef. Chef will be interesting. And the chef can be one for all of the classes. Like, so we might have classes that, so here's another note that we can do. So we might have classes that fit everybody. So that will be very interesting, right? We have a chef class. And I'm sure there's a word for that, like a better word for a chef that's an adventurer. The healthcare management is actually also pretty interesting too. So a healer can talk about my network, but can also have links to health management, right? They can also manage the health management. Energy tracker. We talked about an alchemist earlier, right? Let's do alchemist. So an alchemist has energy tracking as something that they will be caring about. Energy tracking, right? Barkeeper, that would be very interesting. Ants has some really ideas. Alyssa is like, as a sudden chef appears. I love it, guys. That's pretty cool. But an alchemist is definitely energy tracking, guys. Oh my gosh, energy management. Energy management. Would we have a monk? Would a monk be interesting? A monk could be doing something for self-management. Or philosopher or a monk or something like that. I'm not sure. But definitely household management. Ooh, healer plus mage. Okay, healer plus mage. Let's go. Healer plus mage is going to be an enchantress. Enchantress. Enchanter. Yeah, okay. Yeah, those are professions. Okay, we need something that's not directly professions. You're right, you're very right. Healer plus mage plus alchemist, totally OP person. Yeah, okay, wait. So let's have some rules, okay? So obviously we can connect like the basic ones with the basic ones, right? Ranger, fighter, sage, we can connect all these three. And we should also figure out what ranger plus fighter is, by the way. What next is, are we also connect, so we will also be able to connect basic with something else, right? So sage plus healer, fighter plus healer, you know. Oh, fighter plus healer is going to be really interesting. There's a word for this. Okay, wait, fighter plus mage is battle mage for sure. So wait, this is battle mage. Let's add this. This is battle mage. So fighter plus mage is battle mage right here. So this is battle mage. Let's take away this. Battle mage. Okay. And then fighter to berserker, I think is just more an upgrade, direct upgrade. I think that's fine. Sage plus healer, I think that's fine, no real difference. Range plus warrior versus range plus fighter, I just don't know what the difference between that is. I'm trying to understand what that is. All right, maybe we have no rules, but we still need a way to understand this chart, otherwise it's going to get very, very complicated real soon. Yeah. Like merchant is also not right. I think there's also a lot of interesting things. Okay, I think this shouldn't be warrior, this should be tank. This should be tank. Okay, so ranger plus tank is something different than ranger plus fighter, right? Ranger plus fighter is something definitely different from here. So ranger and tank, what do you guys say it would be? All right, fine. You guys can all game the game, okay? You know what? No rules. But let's just figure out how things connect, so we don't get lost. Like if I'm a ranger and a ninja, what does that mean, right? Like I'm just trying to figure out what does that mean for us if I'm a ranger and I'm a fighter, and I'm a ranger, I'm a ninja, right? The intentions for this is to create a structure where we actually are very clear on, you know, what's a good path for me. So like, I think this is more like this is more a fun thing anyway, actually. It's not going to be anything official. But I do hope that eventually we'll be able to see like people that have picked like various class segmentations, and then find other people who have picked that also in the community and see what you can learn from them. I think that's a really good approach, because we all want to learn from someone who's already accomplished the things that we want to accomplish, and this gives us a really good chance to understand people's motivations and goals and, you know, just lifestyle, right, way of living, without having to ask them 20 questions, right? Obviously you still want to have that interaction later on, but if at the beginning you can already say, hey, I'm a student that is geared towards a ninja and a ranger, and immediately you can find other people that are also students that are ninjas and rangers. Wouldn't that be amazing? Wouldn't that just be really cool? I think that would be really, really nice, and that's a future that I would want to live in as well. So let's just finish this here, because we're running low on time. What I want to show you guys is just to bring you to the class advancement at the end. So create your own dashboard, and then we'll have class advancement. So I'm just going to here, the next step is class advancement. And then you graduated. So I'm just going to throw that into the create your own dashboard here, and then I'll do a final walkthrough of how the whole system works. And really thank you guys so much for your engagement. I'm really excited about this journey. So this one has a previous step. Okay, and then this one, open this, and then paste this here. All right, cool. So let's get into this and talk about it. So as discussed, this is the gamification project, the newest version with the all new onboarding experience that you can choose your own avatar and pick your own class. You start this journey by picking an avatar that represents you the best, whether you're a student, creative, or second winder. You open it up and you can see a bit about what we describe as a student and what we're going to do to help you on your journey as this specific stage in your life. You can go and get started, and you can continue with this journey where you have a instructor that's going to guide you through the island, and you have little missions that you can go on that have very specific videos that are less than a minute each one, that are going to help you understand how to use each part of this system. For example, here, setting up your name. Then you go down and you're able to hand in your quest. And when you hand in your quest, as an example, I'll do it right now, you'll be able to see that your level up bar goes up and your gold balance goes up. Awesome. And as you go through the whole system, you'll eventually be leveling up, and the whole goal is to hit level 10 at the end of the system. Let's go to the next step, and then we'll be able to see that we finish our project and we can go to the next thing. Again, you want to hand it in before you move on. I'm just going to show you. And then you can start specializing. You can pick a class that you want to choose, whether a ranger, fighter, or sage. And let's say I pick a fighter right now. And then basically you can see that I can pick the class for a fighter. Previously I picked ranger, so I can pick fighter. And again, you can also pick more than one class. Inside our community, we're actually going to be talking a lot about, what are the combination of classes that you can have, right? I think it'll be really exciting to have a situation where we can combine different classes and have a complete class, right? Let's say a mage plus a fighter, or a ranger plus a mage or alchemist, all these different classes that help you identify, your lifestyle, your way that you approach problems, the way that you like to approach productivity as a whole, right? And growth and learning, and find other people in the community that also speak your language. So I think that's really, really great. So let's say I chose fighter, I go on and I'll be able to see, how I can create my personal projects and prioritize them. So very good. And then I'll be able to see all my courses and personal projects here, which is really, really awesome. And not this final quest. How I can remove that is just add onboarding, and you can see, boom, it disappears. Amazing. So what we can do here is we can continue on the next step, and then we'll be able to see that we complete our second project. We can go on the next step, and then we have our third quest, which is consistent daily progress. We handle and learn our daily quests. So we get into here, we finish that. We can save our progress, so we learn how to use the daily quest as bullet journaling. We can reflect on mistakes, adding cover images, all that jazz. Really lovely stuff. And then we complete our third project, just like that. Now the fourth project is spending your gold. So you can see that you can learn how to create an item shop, add things into there, spend the gold that you have, and then you can go to the next step here, which I'm missing. So let's quickly add that. So the next step here would be going to completing your fourth project. So I'll just copy that link, give myself that there. And then I also want to completing your third project should be their backlink. Perfect. So I go to the next step, and then I'm able to see completing your fourth project. Again, nothing left to teach me, so I'll move on. And I can learn how to play with friends. I can add something to a specific page, or I can create an avatar, customize pets. It's really lovely stuff. Again, I have a next step here after playing with friends, which is going to be completing your fifth project. So let's add that in as a next step. Completing my fifth project. I finished this lovely lady's quest, and then I can go to the next step and create my own dashboard. I showed you guys how to create a dashboard also in this video, in this live stream, but I'll obviously put the final touches onto this. And then finally, I'll be able to go to the next step and choose a new class for me to take on as part of my journey, which I think is just tremendously exciting, and I can't wait to build up more of this. So what are the next steps? Next steps is I'm going to be releasing the version for the free gamification for everybody who is on this live stream in the community, just so that you guys can try out the workflow for yourself. Again, if you're already using Out Control or Be Intentional systems, this might not be as relevant for you, might not be as useful for you, but definitely I feel like if you are interested in at least giving the feedback, seeing how it works in real time, watching those short videos, I'd love for you to give it a try and, give us feedback. Again, huge love and huge thanks for everybody who participated today, especially Anne, especially Alyssa, especially John. You guys have, added so much more to this project than and I love you guys for that. So appreciate that very much. And what I'm going to be doing is, because we release updates for Be Intentional, Out Control, and the rest of the projects once every single 3 months, what I'm announcing this week is I'm announcing a new beta stream for anybody who wants to be on the forefront of our latest improvements. So what that means is that if you're in the beta stream, and by the way, you have to be a patron to participate. If you're an active patron, you can join our beta stream, where you can essentially get all the latest updates for the system as they come out, as they're developed. So you'll get access to the master copy, and essentially from there you can just duplicate it whenever you want and take on new improvements whenever you want, and just try it out. Again, they will be a bit more raw, being very setting expectations, because they're works in progress. But if you like being at the forefront and like being, on the up and up of using anything that we are sharing, right? If you want to be the first to learn, definitely I think that's a really good option for you. And details will be inside the community. So, awesome. Thank you guys so much again for joining me today. It's been a pleasure chatting with you guys. We have a lot of content this weekend that's going to be about questing for happiness. We have a video coming out that's first highlight of one of our live streams. And then we're also going to have an article coming on Sunday. That's going to be pretty exciting as well. So stay tuned. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Please take care, and see you guys in the community. Let's chat more there. Bye.